In this tutorial, we'll explore JavaScript DOM manipulation and build a simple interactive project. First, we'll create a user input section where users can enter their name. Start by adding a heading that says enter your name, so it's clear what the section is for. Then, add a text input field and include a placeholder like type your name to guide the user on what to enter. After that, create a button labeled Greet Me. This button will trigger a function called Show Greeting when it's clicked. The purpose of this function is to take the user's input and display a personalized greeting message on the page. This way, we are making our web page interactive by responding to user input using JavaScript. Next, we'll create a background color changer section to make our page more interactive. Start by adding a heading called Change Background Color so users know what this section does. Then, add a button labeled Change Color. When this button is clicked, it will call a function named Change Color. This function will randomly select a color from a predefined list and apply it to the background of the page. Each time the user clicks the button, the background color will change, making the web page more dynamic and engaging. Finally, we'll create the Show Greeting function, which is used to display a personalized message to the user based on the input they provide. Inside this function, we first access the input field using its element ID and store the value entered by the user. We also select the paragraph element where the greeting message will be shown. After that, we check whether the input field is empty. If the user has not typed anything, we display a message like "Please enter your name" to prompt them to enter their name. However, if the user has entered a valid name, we update the paragraph element and display a personalized greeting such as "Hello, name." This makes the web page interactive because it responds dynamically to user input and changes the content on the page using JavaScript DOM manipulation. Next, we'll create the Change Color function, which is responsible for changing the background color of the web page. Inside this function, we first define a list of colors using a constant array called colors. This array can include different color values such as light blue, light green, light coral, and light yellow. Then, we generate a random number using mathRandom, which is multiplied by the length of the colors array. We also use mathFloor to make sure we get a whole number, which we store in a variable called random index. This random index helps us select one color from the list randomly each time the function runs. After that, we apply the selected color to the web page by using document body style background color and setting it equal to color's random index. This means every time the user clicks the button, a new random background color is chosen and applied to the page, making the interface more dynamic and interactive. When we run this project in the web browser, we can interact with it using the buttons we created when the user clicks the button. It triggers an event that can change the text on the page dynamically. This shows how JavaScript can take user input and update the web page in real time. Every button on the page responds to user actions and demonstrates how JavaScript works with DOM manipulation. You have successfully completed the tutorial for JavaScript DOM manipulation. Now you are ready to try the next step.